All right, anime fans, buckle up. Because today we are diving deep into a debate that has been raging for, well, pretty much ever.
Goku.
Versus,
Naruto?
it's the Clash of the Titans, the ultimate showdown. You know, the one that keeps every anime fan up at night.
Oh, yeah. This is the question that never really gets old, does it? And it's a tough one because you're essentially trying to compare apples and oranges.
I mean, we're talking about two completely different worlds, two different power systems.
Right, like in Naruto's universe, strength is so much about chakra control,
Yeah, mastering jujitsu.
strategic thinking, teamwork.
But then you've got Goku, who's all about raw power.
Yeah, pushing those physical limits to the absolute max.
Transforming into these like superpowered Saiyan forms, blasting Kamehamehas that can obliterate, well, pretty much anything.
So how do you even begin to compare those two?
That's the million-dollar question, and that's what we're going to try to unpack today.
Sound like a challenge I'm in.
Awesome. So let's start by breaking down each character's strengths, right? Because we've got to lay the groundwork before we can really get into the nitty-gritty.
Okay, sounds good.
So Naruto, I mean, his journey is just incredible, right? He starts off as this like mischievous little kid who can barely make a shadow clone.
Yeah, the underdog for sure.
But then, boom, he taps into the power of the nine-tailed fox, this like insanely powerful creature that's sealed inside of him.
Which, let's be honest, is a pretty common trope in anime, but it's done so well in Naruto.
Oh, absolutely. And it's not just about the raw power of the nine tails. It's about how Naruto learns to control it, to actually make it his own, and then use it to protect his friends, his village.
And that's what makes him such a compelling character.
Yeah.
You know, he's not just strong, he's also got this incredible willpower and this deep sense of loyalty.
For sure. And you can't forget about his strategic mind. I mean, the way he uses his shadow clones, his Rasengan, the way he analyzes his opponents, it's just mind-blowing.
Oh yeah, he's definitely a thinking fighter, always
Yeah.
like 10 steps ahead.
But then on the flip side, you've got Goku, who's just this powerhouse.
A force of nature.
I mean, this is a guy who trains under God's battles, interdimensional beings, and like casually blows up planets as a side effect.
And his transformations.
Oh man, don't even get me started.
Super Saiyan 2, Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Blue. It's like he's constantly evolving, pushing the limits of what's even possible.
It's mind-boggling. Like, how do you even measure the power of a guy who can literally shake the fabric of reality?
It's tricky for sure. But it's that constant striving for more that makes Goku so captivating to watch.
Totally agree. He's always pushing himself, never satisfied with being good enough.
And that drive, that's what's led him to achieve these incredible feats of strength and power that we see throughout Dragon Ball.
So we've got Naruto, the strategic ninja master of chakra control.
Versus,
Goku, the Saiyan powerhouse who can literally shatter planets.
this is going to be good.
Oh, I know, right? And this is just the beginning, folks. We're just scratching the surface here.
Buckle up, everyone, because we're about to go deep into some epic battles, insane power-ups, and some serious fan theories.
You do not want to miss this.
Okay, so we've laid out the basics, right? Naruto, the strategic ninja master of chakra.
And Goku, the Saiyan powerhouse.
Right. But let's be real. Both of these guys are constantly pushing their limits. They're never satisfied with just being good enough.
It's like they're both driven by this need to become the absolute strongest they can be.
Totally. And you see that in their training, in their battles, and how they face down these like impossible odds.
They never back down. They're always looking for the next challenge, the next opponent that can push them even further.
Like for Naruto, remember when he finally connected with Kurama the nine-tailed fox?
Oh man, goosebumps just thinking about it.
Right. It was like this huge turning point for him, not just in terms of power, but also in terms of his own personal growth.
He went from like struggling to control this immense power to actually working with it, forming this like true partnership.
It was amazing, and it just shows how dedicated Naruto is to mastering his abilities, to becoming the best version of himself.
And then you've got Goku with his transformations. We talk about pushing limits.
Oh yeah, Super Saiyan 2, Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Blue. It's like he's constantly unlocking new levels of power.
It's mind-blowing, right? And each transformation is just so epic, so visually stunning.
And it's not just about the visuals either. Each transformation represents a step forward in Goku's journey.
Right, like it's a reflection of his growth, his determination, his understanding of his own Saiyan potential.
And it makes you wonder, like, what's next? What other transformations are out there waiting to be unlocked?
The possibilities are endless, right? But that's where the whole power scaling debate gets really tricky.
Yeah, like how do you even compare the destructive force of a Super Saiyan Blue Kamehameha to Naruto's tailed beast bomb Rasen Shuriken?
It's like trying to measure two completely different forces of nature, right?
Yeah.
They're both incredibly powerful, but in such different ways.
Exactly. And that's where Naruto's fighting style might give him an edge, you know? He's
Yeah.
not just about brute force, he's a master strategist.
Right. He uses his shadow clones, his Rasengan, his understanding of his opponent's weaknesses to create openings to outmaneuver them.
Right. Remember his fight against Sabuza back when he was just a rookie?
Oh, yeah. He used those shadow clones to totally outsmart this, like, super skilled assassin.
It was brilliant, and it showed that Naruto isn't just powerful, he's also incredibly clever.
He's always thinking 10 steps ahead, trying to figure out the best way to approach a fight.
And that tactical mind, that's something that could potentially give him an advantage against someone like Goku, who's more about straight-up power.
But let's not forget that Goku's no slouch when it comes to strategy either. I mean, he's been in countless battles. He's fought some of the most cunning opponents in the universe.
True, he's definitely learned a thing or two over the years.
And he's got that Saiyan instinct, right? That ability to adapt to any situation, to learn from his mistakes and come back even stronger.
So it's not like he's just going to blindly charge into battle. He's going to be analyzing his opponent, looking for weaknesses, figuring out the best way to approach the fight.
It's going to be a clash of styles, for sure. But that's what makes this whole debate so exciting.
Right, because it's not just about who can punch harder or blast a bigger energy beam. It's about how they use their abilities, how they approach a fight, and how they adapt to unexpected challenges.
It's a battle of minds as much as it is a battle of strength.
Exactly, and that's what we're going to explore as we keep diving deeper into this epic showdown.
Okay, so we've talked about power levels, transformation strategies.
Hmm?
But, there's another layer to this whole Goku versus Naruto debate.
Oh, you mean like the whole philosophical side of things?
Yes, exactly. Like, it's not just about who can punch harder or blast a bigger energy beam. It's about what these characters represent.
Right, their values, their motivations, the impact they have on the world around them.
I mean, Goku, he's almost like this primal force of good.
Yeah, like pure, unadulterated instinct almost.
He's driven by this desire to test his limits, to become stronger, to protect the innocent.
And there's this simplicity to his motivations that's really compelling.
He's like a force of nature guided by his gut and this like deep-seated sense of justice.
Like Naruto, he's got a lot more baggage, right?
Yeah, he's driven by this need to be acknowledged, to prove himself worthy, to break free from all that prejudice and loneliness he experienced as a kid.
And his journey is all about overcoming that darkness, learning to forgive, finding strength and connection and compassion.
Remember when he finally confronted those villagers who had shunned him for years?
Oh, yeah. Powerful moment.
He didn't seek revenge. He chose understanding. He showed them the power of forgiveness.
It's like he's constantly trying to bridge the gap between people to build understanding, even in the face of all this hatred and fear.
He's the ultimate believer in second chances.
And that's a message that really resonates with people you know.
Absolutely, because even though Naruto's world is filled with ninjas and like mythical creatures, the struggles he faces are so universal.
Yeah, he's dealing with isolation prejudice, the pain of loss, the weight of responsibility.
These are things that everyone can relate to on some level.
And that's why even though Goku might be the one who can like shatter planets with a single punch, Naruto's story often feels more grounded, more relatable.
He's the underdog who never gives up the kid who was told he wasn't good enough but proved everyone wrong.
And his victories feel so much more earned because of that.
Exactly. So it's not just a simple power level comparison. It's about two different paths to strength, two different philosophies about what it means to be a hero.
And maybe there's no right answer.
Yeah, maybe it's not about finding a winner, but about appreciating what each character brings to the table.
Because the anime world is a much richer place for having both Goku and Naruto in it.
They challenge us, they inspire us, and they remind us that even in the face of impossible odds, there's always hope.
And that's the power of anime, right? It transports us to these incredible worlds, introduces us to these unforgettable characters, and leaves us with stories that stick with us long after the credits roll.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Yeah.
So to all you anime fans out there, keep those debates raging, keep exploring those amazing worlds, and never stop believing in the power of a good story.
And on that note, we'll catch you on the next deep dive.